Welcome to Greenhill Farms. Hey there, welcome back to Just Making It. Today I'm at Greenhill Farms. The auction is April 11th at 9 a.m. It's in Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania, off of Route 77. You can't miss them. It's their 44th annual consignment sale. So let's go ahead up front here and let's go down the equipment. Okay, let's start up front here. It looks like we got a big belly mower. It's got like 3 belly mowers connected to it. I've never seen one like this. It's got a frame to it, but there's 3 cutters on there. Okay. All right, next we got a bucket right there. Then it looks like a 56 corn planter, 4-row. International. Then we have a Yanmar F18 right there. It's got a little hitch in the back, 3-point hitch, 540 PTO. Here's a Ford 6600. Okay. Here we got a Kubota L175 belly mower. Older Kubota. Okay. Next to this we've got a 1070 John Deere. That's a nice tractor. And there's what the back end looks like. Over here we got a Kubota 4-wheel drive. Looks like it has a catcher in the back. And this is a model BX1500. Little bucket on the front. Next to this, we've got a New Holland, little front end loader on it, belly mower, and the loader says 7308. There's the 3-point hitch, 540 PTO. It's a 1530 New Holland with a New Holland 914A belly mower. Okay, over here we've got a Kubota B2620 belly mower with a catcher in the back. Four-wheel drive. Okay, next to that we have a B7200 Kubota. Does not have a mower on it. But that's a nice little tractor. Look how clean that is. And you get a link with it, 3-point hitch, and there's a PTO on it. Next to this, we got a Kubota 4-wheel drive with a belly mower, 2660, BX 2660. front end loader. Okay, next to this, here you go, a John Deere 1020, and that is gas. Right there. Nice little tractor. You can rake some hay with that. It's got 2 outlets in the back. A set of remotes right there. 3-point hitch, 540 PTO. Here on the second row, we got a Cub Cadet, a 5254 4-wheel drive belly mower. That's a nice tractor. 3-point hitch, 540 PTO. Very nice. Next to this, we got a BX 1500. We've seen one of those up front. This one does not have a mower on it. 4-wheel drive. 3-point hitch. Looks like it's got a little, yeah, it's got a PTO cover on it right there. Okay, next to this, we got a 1720 New Holland front end loader. 4-wheel drive. All right, next to this, check this out. A Kubota L3430 right here. Looks practically new. 4-wheel drive. It's got a snow blower on it. Very nice unit right there. No mower. Three-point hitch. I don't see any hydraulic outlets. Remotes. Okay, next to this, we've got a Kubota. 4-wheel drive. BX 2370. Front end loader. Okay, next to this, we've got a brush hog. Looks to be about 5 foot right there. Here we got a Gale 1162 discbine right there. Okay, hang on tight because we're just going to keep on going. Got a lot to cover. MX6 John Deere. This is nice. Look at the size of that gearbox on there. Anybody looking for a nice brush hog, there you go. It looks to be about a 6-footer. Very nice. Okay, here we got a plow. It's got a skid steer attachment right here. Do some work with that. Look at this, we got a Kubota. The numbers on the tractor are, it's an M59. Right there. Look at this bucket. This is so cool. It's quick attach. You got all these hooks somebody put on there. That'll come in handy. That thing's built heavy. And that is a big bucket. Look at that. Yep. Oh, look. Third function. Can put attachments on there. This would come in handy. 4-wheel drive. Very nice. Okay, this only means one thing. They took the arms off in the back, the 3-point hitch. What's that mean? Take a look. A backhoe. Whew, that is nice. Folks, if you're looking for a good unit, look at what they did here too. They brought the remotes up top. So if you had to and you needed to, you could still use them and it's out of the way of the backhoe. That's pretty cool. That's a 2-stick. Very nice. All right, we're coming around here. We've got a Kubota disc spine. I don't know too much about these. It's a DMC 8032R. And it looks pretty wide. Might be 12 feet, not sure. Looks like it's well built. They might have done a little work right here. You can see where it was painted over. It looks like a weld. Looks fixed though. Let's see what we got underneath the back here. Okay, rubber rollers. Right there. And they're in good shape. None of the rubber's missing. There you go. Okay, here we got a chopper. Okay, it's a New Holland. There we go, a single. It's a 718 New Holland. Okay. Over here we got a box blade, a king cutter. Looks to be about a 6 foot, maybe 5. Right there. Okay, we're coming up on the 3rd row. Here's a belly mower. Looks brand new, Land Pride. Nice. Here's a Kubota B230101. It's got a belly mower, 4-wheel drive, 3-point hitch, PTO. Nice tractor. Here we got some, well, this is a front end loader. It's a Cub Cadet 833 right there. If anybody's looking for a loader, there's the controls right there. Cub Cadet. Okay, here's an older brush hog. Looks to be about a 4 or 5 footer. Right there. And we got a tiller. Right there. Looks to be about a 6 footer, maybe 5. 10 or 105A, New Holland. Okay, here's a Land Pride, FDR 1648. There's the arms. Nice little mower for the back of a tractor. All right, here's a Kubota 4-wheel drive loader, B23 it says. 3-point hitch, 540. Get a little top link there. All right, here you got another mower. That's a Woods RD60 right there. Here we got a York. Looks like a pulverizer right there. You see that? Never seen one like this. There's the little spikes. Aerator. Could be an aerator. Heavy duty. Okay, here's an International Backhoe Special, I think it says. And that is a 3444. Front end loader. Look at all the weights in the front. Wow. Right here, all the way across. That's heavy. Yep. You got the chains here holding up the loader, it looks like. Okay. Here we got a back blade, older back blade. Anybody looking for one? Okay, here's a Ford. Right there, I think it's an 8N. Gas, yep. Okay. Somebody put a new arm on there. I don't see a PTO unless it's under, it's probably under that cap right there. There you go. Okay, here's a Kubota. Nice little tractor. Don't see any numbers. The loader says LA243. There you go. Okay, we're coming up on the 4th row. Here's an older tractor. PTO, 3-point hitch. This is it's gas. Trying to look for numbers here. It's a Massey Ferguson. I don't know what model number that is. Okay, here we got a Farmel, McCormick Farmel. Right there, Cub. Right there. Farmel Fanatics got one of these. I like it. His has got the dual wheels, and he does a lot of mowing with it. This one, yep, it's gas. New rubber in the back. Look at that. Brand new tires. Can fix this sucker up. Farmel Cub. Okay, New Holland. TC30 right there. Front end loader. Heavy bucket. It's got some hooks there you can use. 7308 loader. All right. Here we've got a long 460. I haven't seen too many of these tractors around. This is an older one. 3-point hitch, 540, set of remotes. Top link. Looks like you got some chains with it. And there's a platform here. I'm not too sure what they used it for, but maybe you could make it into a step to get up on there. That is a long 460. All right, next to that, we've got a Yanmar Cub Cadet SC 2400 right there. Got some brackets on the bucket, not too sure what they use those for. 60-inch cut. Belly mower. 3-point hitch, 540 PTO. The battery, look at the battery. It's mounted right behind the seat. Never seen that. Huh. Okay, Kubota BX 1500 4-wheel drive. Mower. A nice little tractor. Okay. Next to that, we got a tire. And that tire is, I'm looking at the size, 8.3 24. Right there. Okay, here's some sickle blades, parts. Here's some plows, single plows. Right there. That looks pretty heavy duty. They put a little hitch on here. See that? You can haul things around with that. Huh. And looks like there's weights. They put weights to weight that sucker down on the ends. There we go. All right, here's a white. Let me make sure I get my numbers right on this. Field Boss white, 270 it says. I see the numbers right there. I don't know if there's some missing, but it just says 270. And you got 2 sets of remotes. 3-point hitch. That thing looks heavy duty right there. Yeah, 540. Okay, next to this, a Ford 2000. Get a link with it. Rubber looks pretty good on it. There you go. And by the way, this 2000, it's gas. There's the carburetor. Okay, over here's a couple rakes. Well, one rake right there. Here we got a sickle bar mower. Right there, it's got 3-point hitch. And here's a spear. If anybody's looking for a spear. Quick hitch, quick attach. Okay. Coming up on the next row, a Ford 1520 loader. I don't think this is 4-wheel drive. 540, no remotes. Okay, here we got a Massey Ferguson, and it's got a snow blower on the front. And it looks like you get a bucket. And it looks like you get, is this a post driver? What is this? Implement, coupler. Not too sure what that is right there. Okay, next to this Massey Ferguson, we've got an older front end loader. And I know all about these loaders because I had a Ford Jubilee and it had a loader on it just like that one. Right there. So if anybody's got an older Jubilee or like a 9N, 8N, that should fit. Here's a Kubota BX, I believe that's 23S, not 5. BX 23S. Looks like it's 4-wheel drive, nice bucket in the front. And there's your 3-point arms because it has a backhoe in the back. Look at that thing. There you go. Okay, next to this, you've got a new idea baler, round baler, older. $483, new idea. Okay, next to this round baler, you have a BX25D Kubota 4-wheel drive loader. It's got a nice little backhoe. A lot of people can use something like that. Belly mower, nice. Okay, here's a John Deere 403 brush hog. Now that looks to be, I'm going to guess 4 feet. Maybe 4 feet. Okay. Next to that we got a Frontier tiller. And it's smaller. I would say maybe 4 feet again. Right there. Okay, here you got a This is pretty cool. This is a small rotary cutter. See that? Land shark. Bet you that thing could do some cutting. Right there. It says no skid steers, but it's got the quick attach. Okay, here you got a sickle bar mower right there. And here you got a Wolverine, fits on a skid steer. And that is a tiller. That is a tiller, Wolverine tiller for a skid steer. Okay, here's a Coyote. LB 1914, right there. 4-wheel drive, loader. Three-point hitch. Yep, 540. Nice tires on it. Okay, next to this, we got a Bush Hog BH 750 backhoe. Right there, nice. All right, next to this, we've got a Land Pride FDR 1660 mower. Right there, 3-point hitch. Next to this, we got another tiller, and that's a Land Pride. And then here we got a back blade, smaller back blade. Yeah, that might be 5 feet. My measurements are all off today. Okay, here's a Cat. Here's a Cat, 330D, Ohio Cat, right there. Excavator. That thing is big. You could dig a pond in a day with this thing. Look at how big that bucket is. There's my hand. Look how big that bucket is. Huge. I can fit right inside of it. Look at that. That thing is big. It's going to take a big trailer for this thing. You could dig deep with that. Wow. 330D Cat. Let's take a look at the inside real quick. Show you that. Okay, there's what the inside looks like. Probably need a new seat later. There you go. Okay, let's go around. Next to this excavator, we got it looks like a mower. I don't know exactly what that is right there. It's a little wet. I'm not going to bend down to look underneath it, but looks like some kind of mower. Okay, here we got a Brush Hog. It's 5 feet. Older. Anybody looking for a skid steer pallet forks? Right there. And here we have a Tedder. Here's a Tedder. 4-star. Okay. Next to that Tedder, look at this. We got an MT468 LS tractor. Quick attach bucket. 4-wheel drive. Look here. I don't see DEF. That would be nice. Brand new tires. It looks like a newer tractor. Nice backhoe on it. And they left the, see how it's hooked up here? It's hooked up underneath. And it goes up front, so you can leave the 3-point hitch on. There's your link arm. That's pretty cool. Got a nice little seat there to sit on. 4 sticker right there. Very nice. That's a nice little tractor. Yeah, look, the backhoe is connected to the frame underneath, not the 3-point hitch. That's pretty cool. All right, next to this, we got a Massey Ferguson. It's gas. Older tractor. Looking for a model number. Not too sure on the model. 3-point hitch. They got a little coupler on the PTO. Tires aren't too bad. Okay. And next to this, looks like we got disc, drag disc right there. We've got a box blade. This is a nice box blade. Originally from Greenhill Farms, it looks like. Very nice. Next to this, we got a back blade, Woods. Nice. Okay, next to this, we've got a Woods SS74 blower, snow blower, right there. And here we've got a Kubota BX23 4-wheel drive, nice little loader in the back. There you go. Got hooks on the bucket. 3-point hitch is right there. Nice. Okay, next to this, we have a Massey Ferguson 2615. Right there. That's a nice little tractor. Got a grill guard in the front. It's not 4-wheel drive. Okay. There you go. It looks like it's diesel. 2615. It's got 2 sets of remotes in the back. 3-point hitch, 540. Tires are in good shape in the back. There you go. Oh, I want to mention too, I think this is a canopy right here. And there's some kind of filters right there. Probably for this tractor, this Massey Ferguson. So you get a canopy. I don't know if they're selling that separate. I don't see a tag on it. Might go with the tractor. All right, next row. We've got a back blade right there. Now we got an elevator right here. And it looks like it doesn't have a motor on it, but there's a belt. Oh yeah, there's the motor right there. Don't know if it works. There's a belt for it right there. It looks to be, let me just step it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 steps. Might be 24 foot right there. Here is a 4-bottom plow, and I see the words on it, faded out, case. That's a case plow, 4-bottom. And I believe it's probably 16-inch. It's hard to tell. Right there. Okay, next to this, we got a New Holland 846 round baler. The older style with the chains. Right there. Look at the pickup on this. I've never actually seen one of these up close. See those chains there? Pulls that hay right in. Huh. Okay, here we got a spear. Right there. Look at this. A T595 Bobcat. Tracks, cab, enclosed cab. All right, probably has pilot controls. Let's take a look here. Yep, I'm guessing there's some, it says good running machine. Also has new starter. Lift and tilt actuator has been replaced, and new oil filter and oil change. Okay, it's got pedals on the bottom. And this is what the controls look like. So maybe you can go pedal and joystick. You might be able to switch them. There's what the interior looks like. All right. Looks like it's got weights in the back here on the side. T595. Next to the Bobcat, we have a B7200 Kubota with a belly mower. It's not four-wheel drive. Look at this. In the back, there is a tiller. See that? So you get a tiller with this. 3-point hitch. Okay, next to this, look, we got a wagon. A wooden wagon. It looks like somebody built the sides on it. And they're slanted. And in the back here, you got a door. Oh, actually, it's a ramp. It folds down right there. So that folds down to the ground. And the sides are slanted. So next to this wagon, we've got a gravity wagon. There's what the gears look like. It doesn't have the flotation tires on it. These are pretty narrow. There's a gravity wagon. Okay, next to this, it looks like we got an older snow blower. 3-point hitch. Next to this, we've got a set of rims right here, and they look heavy. It looks like it has built-in weights. Oh yeah, that's thick. And I'm trying to look for a size. Just says rims on it. Okay, here's a back blade, 3-point hitch. Here's another back blade, 3-point hitch. A lot of back blades here, if you need one. Here's a 3-point little higher right there. Okay, next to that we have a boom. It's got nice hooks on it right there on the end. Here we got a York rake. A rake right there for gravel, what have you. Okay, next row. Next row, we got a Bobcat 722. Nice older machine. Somebody took care of this. This is what the inside looks like. There's your sticks. Probably foot controlled. There's your pedals. You got, looks like 3 down there. Looks like a newer seat. Very nice. Nice and simple. Get in the tight spots. Okay, here we got, looks like a chopper. Here we got a 2-bottom plow. They're green. I'm going to guess they're John Deere. Not sure. Next to these plows, we've got a King Cutter brush hog. It's older. It looks like you could still use it. It's a little, you could see there's rust holes in it, but it looks like it still could be used. Okay, here's a bucket. Here's some tires. Now these tires, they look pretty good to me. Look like they're almost new. And they are Alliance tires. And the size on them are 14.9s, 38s. Right there, 14.9, 38s. And look here, inside, get little tires. Those are 6.5s by 16s. Right there. Okay, here's a little scooper bucket. Right there. A brush hog, an older one. Right there. And here is a spreader, I believe. Let's look inside. This would be good for, let's see if we can get inside there. There we go. Yep. I used to have one like this, a longer one. That's a lime spreader, or you could spread fertilizer. Not in bad shape. Tell you what, that'd be good for like a food plot right there. It's not very big. Anything. Actually, you know, a four-wheeler could pull that. Very nice. All right, here's another set of tires. They've got rims. And these are, okay, 19.5 L's by 24. 19.5 by 24. Right there. Okay, next to these tires, look, you got a gravity box, J&M. It's got 10-ton gears on it, big tires. Look here, has an auger. Right there. Auger on it. Next to that, we've got another brush hog. And here we got some hires, 3-point hitch. Next to these, we've got a Cat 297C high flow right there. That's a high flow. It's got tracks. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Looking at these wheels down here, it looks like maybe they changed a few. Okay. Looks heavy duty. And it's got all these outlets here. It's definitely high flow. Wow. All kind of outlets. Here's what the inside looks like. And it looks like it's got one pedal right there. See that? Nice machine. Okay, next to this, we've got a cutter. It looks like maybe it went to that skid steer. And that's a skid steer cutter. Probably need high flow for this. Nice. Okay, next to this, we got a rotary rake. Right here. Let's see the brand on it. I don't see, hold on, let me go up to the tag here. Okay, it's made in Italy, and I see the word Comer on it. So I don't know if that's the brand name there, Comer, right there. Sitting way in the back all by itself. Sitting way in the back all by itself is an Alice 5040 right there. An Alice 5040, two-wheel drive, 3-point hitch. It's got a set of remotes, 540. Looks like they might have just pulled that in here. Loader looks heavy duty. And it's got like a spike on the front there. It's not, it doesn't look like a bucket. Just forks. All right, in the back here, it looks like it might have just came in too. Look here, horse people, a little manure spreader, H&S. Manure spreader, this is a model 125. Manure spreaders are hard to find. I don't care. You can look high and low for a half-decent manure spreader. It's going to take you a while. They're hard to come by. People hold on to them, or, you know, they get in really bad shape. You can't even use them. This one doesn't look bad. It looks like they put a new floor on it. Huh. Single beater. That's PTO driven. H&S. Okay, as I was going around, they brought this Ferguson in. It's an 85 Ferguson, Massey Ferguson, gas. They just pulled this up. Right there, it's going to be towards the back. And it looks like it's got brand new rubber on it. Look at that. There you go. And there's the rear end. Okay, folks, they just brought this in too. It's a 4-bottom plow right here. And it says 16-inch on it. Alice plows, 16-inch. These are actually in good shape. There you go. All right, here we got a set of tracks. Steel. Got a brush hog here, quick hitch right there. Quick attach. And here's a disc bind right here, smaller one. Now, I don't know if this is for sale or not. It's sitting by itself. It's a John Deere 7775. It's sitting in the back here. It might be for sale. It's not bad. It's got a bucket, forks there. This is what the inside looks like. All right, we're going to go down the small item area, and I'm just going to scan through this and just maybe pick a few items. But if you see something, come on out. You got a lot of tires there. You got fence posts. A lot of engines, buckets. There's a meat saw right there. Anybody looking for fence posts, look at that. There's 3 skids with fence posts. There's a toolbox for a truck. There's some barrels there. It looks like some chains, some hydraulic cylinders, more tires. It looks like there's a tailgate for a Ford. There's a tree stand here. Looks like a little dog house, and there's toolboxes. Check this out. A wheelbarrow, 4 wheels on it. And that thing's cool. Look at that thing. That is very nice. It's got 4 wheels on it. You can pick it up and use the 2. Never seen one like that. Okay, here's a mineral feeder for cattle right here. And there's a log hook, it looks like. There's another tree stand, tires. Looks like there's some a lot of toolboxes. See all this stuff? And my guess is it looks like they might sell the whole skid. I'm not sure on that. Okay, and there's a hitch plate. Here's a generator right there. Yamaha generator. Another toolbox, some chainsaws right there. Poland. Here's some, not sure what this is. What's this say? Ladder rack. Ford 8-foot ladder rack. DeWalt heavy duty. Fits F250. There you go. Here you got some more fence posts. You got some cabinets. There's a ladder there. Some fence wire there. Some parts. There's another tailgate for an F-150. A bumper. Some more hydraulic cylinders. A whole skid. And some aluminum ramps right there for a four-wheeler or whatever. There's a bed liner, shop vac. Here's another toolbox. Okay, and on this skid here, you got a seat. Looks like you got bags of chains. I think these are tire chains. I don't know. I can't pull them out. And then you got wheel weights here. Got some wheel weights. I see blue, white. That's the color of them. Here's some gas tanks, some chairs, some more tires. Here's a water trough. Here's a little fencing right here. Chain link. And there's a little, is this a kayak? Yeah, little kayak right there. Tires. There is a doghouse right there for a truck. All kind of stuff. Here you got a little wooden trailer. Another generator, Yamaha. Weed whacker. A Honda motor. That's a generator right there. See that? Honda. A little wagon. Looks like a battery charger right here. These are 22.5 tires for a truck. Right there. There's some furniture. A ladder. Some more generators. A tire. Air compressors. Right there. Another generator. Another skid of fence posts. There is a lawn roller. Some hose on a reel. And look here. I think this is a stove. Old stove. Yeah. Got another tree stand. We got a little tiller right there. We've got a spreader. And look here, looks like a transmission. I don't know what that's off of. Okay, there's a car trailer there. Another car trailer. There's an F-350 pickup right there. Snow blade on it. Power stroke diesel. Long bed, extended cab. There you go. There's a fuel tank right there. We're just going to whiz through a lot of this smaller stuff. There's a boat right there. Looks like a 12-footer. A canoe. Another car trailer. It's got a winch in the front. Bumper pull hitch. Fuel tank. Another fuel tank. Windows. Whole little horse trailer. Fuel tank. Here's one of these poly tanks. It's just cut out. Could use it for something. Car trailer. Cattle trailer, Corn Pro. I think it's 16 feet. Garage door. Looks like a chicken coop here. Very nice. Another horse trailer. Looks to be maybe 14 foot bumper pull. Then you got some shacks here. Looks like another chicken coop. Yep, right here. Get your eggs. Here's a boat right here. Looks like a 12-footer. Rowboat. Oh, I got one of these. Esca. Here's a 5 horsepower. Those things, mine really runs. I still have it, and man, that's an Esca 5 horsepower motor. Okay, here's a shed. And this looks like a hunting shack here. Very nice. Okay, here you got bird boxes. Somebody built. There's a dog house there. Here's an older motor. I think it's a Mercury, I'm not sure. Right there. Another dog house. Here's a couple wishing wells. Got a small one, a big one. You've got another, could be a hunting shack right here. And another hunting shack right there. All right, anybody looking for a picnic table? There's one right there. Brand new. Treated lumber. Okay, here's a shack. It's got a porch on it. That thing's pretty nice. Okay, here's another car trailer. Load trail, bumper pull. Another one here. Bumper pull. Looks like you get a spare. Next to this is a nice boat. Check this out. See what kind it is here. There's a write-up on it. It's a 21-foot Thompson hardtop Merc Cruiser, 70 horsepower, 21 foot. Nice. That's actually a nice boat. Nice trailer. Okay, next to that boat, we've got this, looks like a flatbed truck, International, S1600. Yep, S1600. This is what the bed looks like on this. It's got a flatbed on it. And you could put ramps, if not it, yep. It's made for ramps back here. There you go. Okay, next to this truck, you got a canoe. Right there, next to the canoe, you have a boat trailer, a big one. Anybody looking for a trailer? Okay, next to this boat trailer, there's another boat. And I don't see any information on it. Let's take a look on the inside here. Anybody looking for a boat? This is what it looks like. I can't see it. I'm just holding the camera up. Okay. Going back here to the back. There's your motor. Okay. On the other side of this boat is another trailer, gooseneck. Looks to be about a 16-footer, maybe 14. Right there. Next to this trailer, you've got a dump truck. Nice dump truck, steel bed. It's an F550 Super Duty Power Stroke. Nice truck. And that's what that looks like. It's got toolboxes on the side here. Come around to the back, and this is what the bed looks like. Yep. Okay. Here we got a trailer. Now, it's missing the wheels. You got to have wheels, but You could probably use this for something. And I like the grading on it because, you know, I need something like this for my corn crib. That would work great for the floor. But there's a trailer with no axles or tires. It's got a pintle hitch. Okay, as we all know, Greenhill Farm is noted for lawnmowers, tractors, four-wheelers, side-by-sides. And this section right here has a lot of your used lawnmowers, basically for parts and stuff. Some of this might all run, I'm not sure, but I know they segregate, you know, sort of like part mowers to new mowers. And I think that's this section right here. So I'm just going to walk through here. Maybe something will catch your eye. There's a nice roller right there, if anybody's looking for a roller. There's a four-wheeler. See, it looks like this one could be for parts, and I think that's what this area is all about. You know, you got a four-wheeler here. Doesn't have a back axle, but you can use the parts. Okay, we're coming up on the lawnmowers, four-wheelers and side-by-sides. And I'm just going to walk through and something might catch your eye. So I'm going to go down the row here. I'll stop here and there. There's an Arctic Cat four-wheeler, an older Honda. There's a Sportsman's four-wheeler. We're just going to go like this, around and around. I see models like Husqvarna, John Deere, Troy-Bilt, Exmark, all different brands here. Garden tractors, zero turns, tillers. Just gonna go down, something catches your eye. There's a log splitter right there. Never know what you're gonna find. There's snow blowers, Simplicity, Steiner. I see Steiner. Here's some more rollers, chipper. There's a piece of a front end of a lawnmower, tractor, Cub Cadet. There's a golf cart. Kubota zero turn. Blower. Speed-X. Never heard of that. Oh, Craftsman. It's got a Craftsman mower on it. Huh. Speed-X. Nice little trailers. Cub Cadets. John Deere. There's a bad boy right there. It's called the Outlaw. Bad Boy Outlaw. And there is a grasshopper right there. Simplicity. That's a grass chopper, not hopper. Okay, Exmark. Kubota. Another roller. Auction starts at 9 a.m. April 11th. They usually have pretty good food here. Come early so you don't have to wait in line for your number. This is a live auction. A lot of auctions are online. This is a live auction, so you must be present. I'm going down every row here. I know I'm going fast, but there's a lot to cover. Suzuki dirt bike. Old Foreman 400. Alice tractor. Dixie chopper. X-Smart. There's a Hustler. Nice little Troy built. Simplicity. Simplicity. Here's a Kawasaki Mule 610 side by side. Right there. Nice John Deere. There's a Takati motorcycle. Cub Cadet. Kubota zero turn. There's a Toro right there. Those are nice. Husqvarna Country Clipper. Ooh, look at this. There's a Honda four-wheeler with a blade. Rincon. Very nice. That's a nice four-wheeler right there. Okay. Going around here. There's an Alice. Kawasaki Prairie. John Deere zero turn. There's a Cub Cadet with a steering wheel. Kawasaki motor. I heard those are good on lawnmowers. Yamaha. Husqvarna. What's that say? Just serviced. Runs and works good. Here's a Reel Master 5100D. Don't know anything about these, but I assume you cut with these reels in the front. Okay. Here's another bad, well, no, that's a Kubota. That's a Kubota there. Husqvarna. Here's a Prairie four-wheeler. Nice. Kawasaki. Turo. Here's another roller. Lots of rollers here if you're looking for a roller. Here's a mower. A white tractor right there. Troy built. That thing's cool looking. I like the colors. All right, look at this. A Honda side-by-side. It's in good shape. This is in good shape. There's the inside. Pioneer 700. There's the bed. There's the rear end. Okay, here's a Trail Boss Polaris four-wheeler. Cub Cadet commercial. Okay, here's a Honda lawnmower 4514 hydrostat. An MC519 John Deere bagger, I believe that is. Yes. Right there. A Kubota. Nice. And here is a Tracker off-road golf cart. OX 400. Very nice. Here's another golf cart right here. It's got one wheel in the front. Right there. And here is another four-wheeler. This is a Honda. It's a Foreman. Right there. I just want to mention here too at Greenhill Farm, they have all kind of tractors, whatever you need. Kubota. You can see how many they got in a row here. All different models. You can see they got all different kinds. Okay, they got a good line of side-by-sides here, if anybody's interested. I've seen diesel, like right here's a nice diesel one. They've got gas. They've got four-seaters. Boy, look at this one. It's got a big bed on it. Look at that, and it's got a winch. That's cool. I like the size bed. That would come in handy right there. Very nice. And it's camo. You could take it hunting. Diesel. Very nice. So come on out. Come on out to the auction. Check out Greenhill Farms equipment. They've got, here's your larger tractors. They've got some with cabs. They've got some without. Just the right size for utility work. They even got the real big boys. So there you go. That about sums everything up here at Greenhill. They're going to bring more stuff in that I'll probably miss, but I just want to remind everybody, April 11th, 9 a.m. I've been coming to this auction since I was a kid, and it's more like a tradition to me. So come on out. And there's something for everyone. Thanks for watching Just Making It. See you next time.